Okay, we're going to try again. We had some difficulties there. So I'm Joe Van Doren, and this is Tuesday at 2. And this is where I come and sit down for a few minutes and just talk about one of the virtues. This month, we're going to talk about strength, and in particular, mental strength, as it's very important to our children growing up to be safe and healthy and successful and happy. And so I'm really happy to be here with you today. Um, I we're going to start today off with the question about our children. If you've ever had one of your children, or maybe even right now you're experiencing this, where they just kind of hang back from starting something new, or uh, anything that they see as a risk or something that might be difficult, or that they don't have the confidence in trying. Maybe it's because they failed at it at some time, or maybe it's because they've seen someone else fail. I don't know, but it could be anything, right? But we'd like to see them to step up and to step into these things and to try a little bit more quickly, maybe, or to try or to keep on trying. That might be one of our goals too. So what's holding them back, or how can we start our children maybe thinking differently so that they're not afraid to try new things or to fail? So if that's you, then I think you're going to enjoy the training this month on this virtue of strength, and in particular, mental strength. At the end of the training, I'm going to invite you to sign up for a free copy of a thing I wrote called Parenting is Hard: 5 Reasons that I've come up with that parenting is so difficult. And I won't leave you hanging there, because then there's 4 things that you can do to lessen the struggles so that you can bring out the best in your kids. I'll give you more details on that later, but my goal for these lives is to give every parent some talking points and some thoughts to think about in working with their kids and bringing out their best, no matter what their age is. So for me, it doesn't matter. I believe that all children have the ability to grow, whether they're 3 years old or whether they're 15 years old. I think we can all grow and develop our virtues. And during the month of July, we're going to be talking about strength, and mental strength in particular is certainly one of the most important for success and happiness in life. And so that's why we're going to take this one on this month. There's all kinds of strengths that we could talk about in regard to ourselves and our children. There's physical strength, and sometimes we have had kids brought to us because they're lacking some physical strength, maybe upper body strength or in some other way. And then there's emotional strength, and there's strength of character, but it's mental strength that will get any of us through those difficult challenges or rough spots that we find that we're facing. It's not hard to persevere when things are going good, when we're seeing progress, or when things come easy for us. So this month, we're going to look at a variety of ways to grow stronger, so we feel good about continuing to meet the challenges that we face with fortitude and determination, with courage and perseverance. There's actually 3 things that we need to master so that we can grow stronger, especially mental strength. And those are the basics of mental strength. And you're going to recognize some of them as being related to other virtues, because that's how it works. All of our virtues work together. So I want to begin with this thought, though, that all of us have all of the virtues inside of us already. And when we believe that from the very beginning, it gives us hope that we can develop those virtues that are not as developed as others are, or virtues that have not come to us naturally, or come to our children. And we know that that's true, that every child comes to us, that they're their own unique individual. They have their own ways. And so some of their qualities are just simply stronger than other qualities, right? And so, but we believe that we can develop all of them. And strength, and mental strength in particular, is like that. Any kind of strength that we have needs to be developed. It needs to be exercised. It needs time to rest and to grow, just like any muscle does physically. So I was thinking about that in regard to mental strength. And just the idea that we're not, as parents, we don't need to, we're not going to do one thing and bam, it's going to change for them. But our children are going to learn something, they're going to try it, and they're going to need time for that to integrate. And then they can try something and they can progress a little bit more. So, as parents, we're not going to put strength in our children, but rather we're going to help them see it within themselves and then bring out the best and developing it in them, as with all the virtues, we can do that. So the three things that I promised that are a major part of developing mental strength. Number one, regulating our emotions. Number two, managing our thoughts. And number three, taking positive actions even when we're challenged. So with those three things in mind, we know that life doesn't always go the way that we thought it was or that we'd hoped it would be. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. There's times that we do well on a project or on a skill or on a task, and there's other times that we don't do so well. There's times that we have friends and that we lose friends or they move away. There's times like that can be very challenging for us. There might be times when someone makes us angry or they make us feel really good, and it can go both ways. There's even times when we lose a pet, right? Or after enjoying them for many years, and facing that can be a challenge for us. So our goal is to learn to cope with whatever life puts before us. Yes, we need coping skills, don't we? And a belief that this too shall pass, and that one failure does not make us a complete failure. In fact, mentally strong kids and adults bounce back from failures and try again, knowing that they can figure it out. They have that confidence. They have a confidence that even if they don't know how or what happened with their failure, that they can figure it out. It's not an arrogance about themselves, nor is it an act, like they're acting tough and, and they're not going to show any emotions. They're just going to push through this thing. There are fears, they have fears just like everyone else. But they also have the courage to step into those fears and to learn what they need to do to overcome the obstacles. So mental strength is about courage and bravery. It's about resilience and determination. It's about making mistakes and trying again. And so over the next couple of weeks this month, we're going to help parents work with their kids to regulate their emotions, to manage their thoughts, and to take the actions they need to build their mental strength. Developing mental strength will help our children grow up to be safe and healthy, successful, and happy. So I'm looking forward to this month and the next few training sessions. And if you enjoyed this video, then I invite you to click on the link above, sign up for your free copy of Parenting is Hard. I think you'll enjoy it. If you have some other things that you think are more of the reason why parenting is hard, please share them with me. The download might surprise you with the 5 reasons, and especially the number 1 reason, because that's something that very few people have talked about or at any degree, at any length. So I'm also the host of a Facebook group, Just Right Parenting, where parents who are committed to bringing out the best in their children can have the opportunity to help each other. And I invite them to do so. I'll leave a link in the comments here so that you can join instantly. Thanks for watching. Next week, I'm going to be going live again Tuesday at 2 to talk more about the virtue of strength and mental strength in particular. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bye.